Hey everyone, I'm Scott Stokely, and this is going to be all about what is your best option when your lie is stuck behind a massive obstacle or a bunch of smaller obstacles all clumped together. But first, my YouTube videos are helpful, but to really be taught disc golf by me, there's 4 different things you can do. Number 1, I have 2-hour disc golf throwing clinics all over the world. Number 2, I have full day disc golf seminars, also all over the world. Number 3, I am doing multi-day training retreats. In fact, that's why I'm here in sunny old Scotland in the fall. But I have 3 to 7 day training retreats all over the world at exotic destinations. At these, by the way, we're not just disc golfing, we're also going to do all the local sites and travel and tell disc golf stories, all the other fun stuff, including 7 days of intense training or less, depending on the event. And number 4, I have a online disc golf class called Become a Complete Disc Golfer. Not just a bunch of videos and drills, it's a live interactive class with an unlimited number of professional form reviews. Now, what do you do when you're behind an obstacle? Well, if you're forced to stretch out to the side because one of your feet has to be directly behind your lie, if given the option of stretching one way or the other, if you can choose, nearly every player is going to choose the sidearm because the sidearm is mostly an arm throw. An awkward stance and a sidearm isn't really too big of a problem. You step up to the lie, you reach out to the side, and you throw your flick. Now, you're not always given that option though. Depending on the size of the obstacle, you may only be able to step out to this side. This creates several big problems. The first is when you put your front foot, when throwing backhand behind the disc, and you step out to the side, it's a very awkward stance because your other foot must be no closer to the target than the original lie. This is a very weird way to throw. So instead, what you're going to do is what is known as a patent pending. I have no idea why it's called that, to be honest, but that's what it's called. With a patent pending throw, you put your foot behind the lie, you put your other foot no closer to the target, and now you're standing with your back to the target. However, as awkward as it is still a much better stance to reach around and throw the disc that direction. Wow, polar opposite of the amazing sidearm throw. But technique-wise, this is correct. Now, there are 2 problems with the patent pending throw. The first is I was kind enough to put my ego aside and illustrate for you. It's a hard throw to throw. It is difficult. Well, the secret to throwing the patent pending well is to practice it a bunch and probably mess up more than you would with a good stance. I mean, there's a penalty for being behind an obstacle. So lower your expectations a little bit, practice a throw. You can actually still get much better at it than that throw right there. Now, the second problem with that throw is your backhand is in high risk of hitting the obstacle. All I can tell you is there is no shot in disc golf, barring maybe 3 holes to go at the World Championships, where you're going to want to risk hurting your hand. I mean, this is a very fragile part of your body. The best thing I can tell you is you still got to go for the shot. I mean, we're out here to score better, but don't do anything that's going to risk your hand. Take your foot, put it as far back from the lie as you're legally allowed to do. Take a stance that's maybe not perfectly where you want it to be, but it pulls you away from the obstacle, and now your follow through is no longer at risk of hitting anything. I rarely say safety first in the disc golf course, except on these throws. Please protect your hand. But the patent pending is the way to get around an obstacle when stepping out to the right. All right, 46 years of disc golf, that was literally the worst patent pending throw I've ever done. If I don't throw a good one, I won't be able to sleep tonight. There we go. Now this is the stance. Okay, that's under the basket. That's better. Whew. Okay, I can sleep now.